What's up, everyone? Welcome to this video. We're going to talk about the supplements that I take. And so the quick question is, a lot of people ask, do supplements work? The quick answer is yes, but there's some supplements that are better than others. I used to work at a GNC, so I've tried seriously so many supplements, and I've tried so many supplements even afterwards. So I just want to give you my opinion on a lot of supplements out there to save you hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, because sometimes if you buy a supplement, you don't like it, you end up not even using it. And so there goes 30 bucks, 40 bucks you're never going to use. So I just want to save you some time and money and just give you my favorite supplements that have been working for a long time for me. And these have been proven to be some of the best supplements I've taken. And I've just taken my pre-workout before I did this video. So I'm gonna hit the gym after this video is done. So excuse me if I talk a little bit more faster than usual. So, but really quickly before we get into supplements, a couple quick notes is like, again, I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything to you. Ask your doctor if it's okay to take supplements, because some supplements will widen your blood vessels and things like that. So if you have any heart conditions, diabetes or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you have any kind of health conditions, please consult your doctor. I'm not responsible for any outcomes on your part. It's your responsibility to take responsibility for your health and your own actions. So I'm just here to educate you and just kind of give you a shortcut and to help save you some cash and money when it comes to supplements. And I'm just going to kind of give you an overall of my favorite supplements that I take and I've been taking for years. And I've never had a problem with any of these I've never had a problem with any of these supplements. And there's a bunch of supplements I don't even take. And I have like a whole shelf full of supplements that I just sit by the side. I just never even use. So, but I'm going to run down these supplements that I use. And just really quickly before I get into them, whenever I take supplements, I never take the full dose. So like whatever it says on the back of the bottle, if it says take 2 capsules or 3 capsules, I honestly usually take just 1. And then I never take a full dose. I've just found that it's better to take just a half dose. And I'm 5'10", 155 pounds. So for a bottle to tell you to take 3 capsules of something, I mean, what if you're 5'1"? What if you're 6'3"? It's all relative based on your body type. And I personally have just found that taking half doses works great for me. And there's no need to take everything that is suggested. So again, and one last note, if you're new to supplements, if this is your first time doing it, taking any kind of supplements, I would suggest do the same thing. Take half doses or even quarter doses. Just see how you like it, see how you respond to it. Cause like I remember when I first took pre-workout for the very first time, like I lit up like a firecracker and then just like full of energy and just huffing and puffing in the gym. And it was kind of cool, but you know, nowadays I just don't get that response, but pre-workouts do help. But anyways, just want to give you some quick supplements on what I do. And again, just to recap what I just said though, when I take half supplements, the only thing I don't do half doses on is creatine and glutamine. So those are the only supplements that I take full doses of, which is usually around 5 to 10 grams while I'm working out. So I find that these are the 2 best supplements to stick with. Everything else other than glutamine and creatine are just secondary supplements to me, but creatine and glutamine are like always number 1, most important to me. And I'll explain which supplements I use, because there's 2 different types of creatine. There's a monohydrate and there's also an HCl, and I do not use monohydrate and I use HCl. So I'll explain why in the next slide here, but I just want to quickly go over these notes and just kind of explain what we're going to get into. So for your pre-workout, so before you work out, this is what I take. And again, I don't take the first one, caffeine. I don't take caffeine that much anymore. I used to take caffeine nearly every time before I went to work out, like in my first year of working out, just because it gives you that extra boost. And plus we're in the gym, like honestly, it's kind of like the supplements do the work. Like if you kind of drag in the gym, you kind of find it like not stimulating and you find it kind of boring and it sucks and it's a lot of work and blah, blah, blah. If you take some supplements, it's going to give you the extra boost. And basically, you know, I hate to say it this way, but let the supplements do the job, because it's like they're going to make you want to do stuff. So especially the nitric oxide, that even makes your workout easier. So again, I don't take creatine really anymore. But if you need a Kickstarter to go into the gym, getting a creatine pill, a caffeine pill will help you out tremendously. Now, I've worked at GNC and I've had lots of caffeine pills from vitamin shops and stuff like that. So all kinds of vitamin stores and supplement stores. Now, I've only found one brand of caffeine to actually work really well, and that's a brand by Nutra VitaShop, which I'll leave a link below this video to where you can get it. You have to get it from a website. The website, it's a wholesale, it's bulk, you buy them in bulk, but you get a really discount price on everything. Like you can get 200 caffeine pills for like $11. So it's really cheap, really affordable. And the thing about the caffeine pills from Nutra VitaShop, and this is just what I do, each pill is 200 milligrams. And so what I do, I actually cut every pill in half and just get 100 milligrams, because that 100 milligrams is more than enough. And I'm gonna give you a pre-warning that a caffeine pill will last about 6 hours. So if you have to go to bed, I mean, if you're going to go to bed by 10 o'clock, then like 4 o'clock is when you would take your caffeine pill. Even if you're at work or you're leaving work or whatever, take your caffeine pill at 4, then hit the gym when you get there at 6 or 7 or whatever it is, just so you can go to bed by 10 o'clock. Or typically I would take it before 6 p.m. because midnight's basically when I go to bed. But anyways, just giving you a heads up. I'll leave a link down below where you can find this, but this is a company called Nutra VitaShop. Now there's a Nutri VitaShop where it's just one letter difference, where instead of the A in Nutra, it's an I, like Nutri. I get Nutra VitaShop. So I'll leave that link somewhere below, but it's basically, that's what it looks like right there. And again, you get like seriously 200 pills for like $11, $13, I think it is. So you buy it in bulk, but you get a huge discount. So, but you can only get these, I believe, on their website. I haven't seen these on Amazon, but it's worth the buy because once you order it once, it's gonna last you a full year. So it's not like you're doing it every month or every week or whatever. So that's the first supplement that I would kind of resort to if you're first getting started off and they're working out and you find yourself lagging in the gym. But if you're sticking to your diet and you're getting a bunch of nutrients and everything, you should be a-okay. But nowadays, I don't take caffeine anymore just because I don't feel like I need it. And plus, I take other supplements as well, which I find are more useful. So this is kind of a secondary thing. I don't really take caffeine. I can't remember last time I ever took it. Probably about 2 or 3 months ago, but I just don't take it anymore. But if this is a great Kickstarter if you're first starting off to the gym, or even if you just like it anyway. So it's a great thing to check out, and that's the caffeine. So the next thing, this is also your pre-workout, right? So you got your caffeine pill, and then what I do, and this is one of my favorite supplements. This is one of my top favorite supplements. This is always with me. So this is like one of my core supplements that I take. And so now there's this stuff called nitric oxide, and what it does, it basically provides more oxygen to your muscles when you're working out. So it makes working out so much easier. It makes the weights feel a lot lighter. And in my own experience, like you could be lifting, whatever your normal weight would be. So if you're bench pressing or whatever, like the weights feel like air. Like you literally feel like you're pushing air. Yeah, eventually you probably get a few more reps out of your normal set if you were not, as compared to if you weren't taking this. But so what I take is this stuff called Volcano by Force Factor, and I've been taking this for years, and I've tried lots of different nitric oxide, and this has been the very best one I can find. There is one other nitric oxide out that I used to take that's no longer sold anymore. So this is technically my second favorite one, but this is the only one that's around, so now it's officially my favorite one. So I've been taking this one for years. It works really great. And so what nitric oxide also does, it helps widen your blood vessels. So like if you've never taken nitric oxide before, you get all the benefits. Like I said, like you're gonna get the workout's gonna become easier, the weights feel lighter, and it gives you a little bit more. It's not a stimulant like caffeine is, but it definitely gives you the motivation to be physically active. So, but what's really, really cool about this is like, I remember the first time I took this, it like changed night and day in my appearance. And so like right away, like after my first time taking this, like, I'm not going to say like be boastful or anything, but I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I look like a freaking fitness model, just cause like your muscles are, your muscles are more dilated and your veins are more dilated. So your muscles just stick out more. And this is actually something, nitric oxide is something that almost nearly every bodybuilder out there does. And they definitely take this before their photo shoots. So this is something that's a very good cornerstone to have as far as like your supplements to take. So nitric oxide is definitely handy, and it's something I would always take. If I had to take 4 different supplements, this is going to be one of them. So if I could only have 4 supplements ever, this is going to be one of them. So the the next thing, this is a secondary option. So you don't have to take this one, but this is part of a pre-workout. So this is just a second option. This is optional. But if you want to get a nitric oxide precursor, this will help make the nitric oxide work more efficiently. So this one right here is by BSN Nutrix 2.0, and this just makes your nitric oxide work better. So this right here, it says take 3 tablets. I only take 1. I only find that 1 tablet is necessary. And also going back to this nitric oxide, it says take 2 capsules. I only take 1. I just find it more effective just to take 1. So this bottle is 120 capsules. This will last me 3 months. So I think this was like $30 or maybe 38 or whatever. So the next thing that you're going to want to take as an option for supplements is just getting yourself a pre-workout. I get this stuff called Hide. So there's a reason why I take this one, and that is because this one actually has creatine HCl in it. So I'm going to talk about creatine in just a second, but creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl both do the same thing. They're going to both give you energy, both give you some endurance, and they're both going to attract water into your muscles, which helps make you look bigger. And so creatine is actually a supplement that's found in food, like meat products, but by the time, the animal is killed at the farm and brought to, the grocery store, like a lot of nutrients are kind of gone. But so creatine is actually found in meat, but so it's not, it's kind of like a synthetic natural substance, I guess you want to say. So, but anyways, this one right here, this Hide Max Pump has creatine HCl. So, like I said, I'll talk about creatine in just a second, but the difference between HCl and monohydrate creatine is that they both attract water to your muscles. Like I just said, they both give you endurance, but the difference between the two is that the creatine HCl attracts water to just your muscles, while creatine monohydrate also attracts water to your muscles, but creatine monohydrate also attracts water to the skin that's above your muscle. So kind of like in your skin, your fat cells, somewhere in that area. So what creatine monohydrate does is that it's going to make your muscles look blurry, because again, if you're going to have extra water weight sitting above your muscles, then if you have abs, it's going to make your abs look blurry. They're not going to be as cut. So if you took just the creatine HCl, then you're going to attract the water just to your muscles, but it's not going to attract water above your muscles, between your skin and your muscles. So you're not going to have that extra water weight between your muscles and your skin. So the creatine HCl will help make you look more cut compared to the creatine monohydrate. So creatine monohydrate has been around for a long time, but the creatine HCl is kind of a newer creatine, and it does a more effective job. And I've gone back and forth, and I can honestly tell you that HCl is better than monohydrate in my opinion. So next thing, while you're working out, so this is what so everything that we just covered is what you would take before your workout. So before your workout, I would get your pre-workout, get your nitric oxide, and then if you want to take your caffeine pill, you can. But this is kind of like the core that I would take. I know I sound like a pharmacy here. But anyways, so if you want to take the precursor, you can. So I take one of this, one scoop of this, and that's your pre-workout. So that's what I take nowadays, and that's my go-to, and that's like always in my cupboard. So that's kind of like a staple that I have. So you would drink that before your workout, 20 minutes before your workout or whatever. So, or you can take it before your workout, do some warm-ups, and by the time you're warmed up, then you're going to be good to go from there on out. So that's your pre-workout. That's what I take before my workouts, and that's my 4 supplements I take. Well, not the creatine, but not the caffeine, but the other ones. So during your workout, here's what you do. So in your workout drink, while you're working out, have creatine, glutamine, and BCAAs during your workout water, during your workout drink. So I've already kind of talked about creatine, but this is the creatine HCl that I've been talking about. So this is the brand that I take, and this one says take 1 scoop as a serving. But what I do, so 1 scoop is roughly 1 gram, but I take 3 to 4 grams of creatine while I work out. So what I'll do is take 2 to 3 scoops of this. But going back to our pre-workout here has creatine HCl also in this too, which is why I get this pre-workout. And again, this workout does not have creatine monohydrate, it has creatine HCl. So this one right here has 1 gram of HCl already. So I take 3 to 4 grams of creatine HCl during my workout. So this already has 1. So I'm gonna add in at least 2 more scoops of this with the drink while I'm working out. So this is what I sip on while I'm lifting weights and everything. So creatine HCl, this is the one. The next thing I take is glutamine. And so what glutamine does, it helps prevent muscles from breaking down. So while you're working out, your muscles need to find some kind of source of energy. And sometimes if your carbs not around and things like that, or you're just working out really hard, your body's gonna be looking for nutrients in any way, shape, or form. And so taking glutamine is going to help prevent your muscles from becoming that source of energy. So the last thing you want to do is be working out hard and then like your muscles basically eating itself, and then you get smaller from working out. So like you want to get bigger from working out. So glutamine is going to help prevent your muscles from basically being eaten alive. So by your own workout. So glutamine is going to help prevent muscle breakdown and basically help restore them as well. So the next thing I also take while I work out, I know it sounds like never ending. So I take some BCAAs. BCAAs are just more muscle support. And so this one right here has glutamine already in it, but also a really popular one is L-leucine. So L-leucine is gonna help build your muscle as well. So that's all in the BCAAs. And this is a really good brand right here. And this has 7 grams of BCAAs in there. So while I'm working out, I drink my BCAAs right here, and then my glutamine, and then my creatine. So this is what I'm drinking during my workout. So this is my during workout supplements that I take, and I find that the creatine and the glutamine are a must go. Like if you were to get your, if this is your first time getting supplements, I mean, these are supplements that I basically collect, I guess, in a way. But like, I personally wouldn't, if this is your first time getting supplements, I would not go to a store and just spend $300 right away on all these supplements or whatever. Like, I mean, this is like $30. I mean, it's like $30 or whatever. So all these are usually rough around $30 or whatever on average. So, I mean, I spent like $90 today on 3 supplements. So I'm just saying, like, if this is your first time doing supplements, creatine and glutamine are your first ones, and they should be always around. Everything else is like secondary, I guess you can say. But nitric oxide, again, is always, a huge extra bonus plus. So, but those are the cornerstones that I would definitely get, is the creatine, the glutamine. Those are the top 2. And then everything else is kind of like secondary, but excellent to have around. BCAAs, the nitric oxide, the pre-workout, the nitric oxide precursor, extra caffeine. So all of this stuff is super helpful. So the next thing I want to talk about, I got one more extra little bonus for you. So back in the day, this is a while ago, but there used to be this supplement called Vascular Homicide. It's no longer around. It's no longer sold. But when I was taking this stuff, it just made me like monstrous ripped. So, I mean, this was literally me 7 months after me, I lost 60 pounds in 6 months, and this was literally me in month 7. And this supplement just did it. Like, this was like the number one. So when I mentioned earlier that I had a favorite pre-workout or pre-nitric oxide, this was basically it. But again, like Volcano is just, I don't want to say it's the second best around, but it's the only one around. So officially to me, this is the only best one. So this is still number 1. But back when this was around, this was number 1. So, but I can't find it anymore. So, again, like I kind of just, I'm a supplement junkie, I guess you can say, but I just buy stuff. I try it and see if I like it. So this supplement's not around anymore, but what I did was I went ahead and bought every one of these ingredients separately. So I literally have L-citrulline right here. So like I have it all in loose form. And you can see, if you want to, I'm not going to suggest, if you want to do this, you can, but here's the dosages of this supplement. And all you have to do is get yourself a little scale, and it'll measure everything out for you. But again, I take half doses. So I take 4,000 milligrams of citrulline when I do this. And again, this is a third tier. Like again, this is third tier. Glutamine, creatine, that's number one, along with the nitric oxide. And then everything else I just mentioned previously would be second tier. All of this stuff is third tier. So this is just extra bonus. This is just gravy, icing on the cake. So, but anyways, if you want to just get into it, the citrulline helps widen blood vessels, and that's what I take. And I take 4 grams of this sometimes with my pre-workout. So I'll add this into my pre-workout drink sometimes. All of this stuff, every now and then I'll add it into my pre-workout. It's not every day. Again, I just find that's just too much. It's just too much overload. Sometimes less supplements works out better, but just for an extra little push, sometimes it's what I do. Okay. So again, it's not every day, but sometimes I just do it just because I want to. The next thing, you got glycerol. So I get this glycerol right here, and all of these I'm getting right here are off of Amazon. So if you want any of these supplements, I have links below to where you can get them. But right now, this is what I get, a glycerol. It comes in powder form. This has got to be like 2 pounds worth. But basically it's 17 ounces. So this is 1 pound. And what this does, it attracts water to your muscles. So it makes you look bigger. That's always great. The next thing, the arginine silicate, is another nitric oxide booster. So that's what I get here. And again, I just basically cut these, they come in little capsules. What I do is I cut this in half. It's a huge pill already, but when I take this, I only take half a dose again. And then the agmatine sulfate is another nitric oxide booster. So I have this in loose form as well. So this one's by Bulk Supplements. All this is on Amazon. And then also, if I have it around, here we go. So this one, I'm almost done with this one, but this Alpha GPC is good for endurance and mental focus. So I would take all this stuff with my pre-workout. Now, all of this stuff I just mentioned is just extra gravy just because I'm a huge fan of this supplement, and I just bought these. And so I don't take these every single day, but I just wanted to mention, like, as an extra bonus, like, if you want an extra, sometimes you might find that this works actually really great. So, but yeah, I just want to give you some little more input on my experience and what I take and what I like. But going back to the very beginning, just getting your caffeine pill, if that's what you want, give you that kickstart. You also got your nitric oxide, your pre-workouts, the creatine, glutamine, BCAAs, and then, oh yeah, one more thing. We didn't talk about the post-workout. So whey protein, everyone knows about that because whey protein is just a really simple protein that digests really easily, because after you go to the gym, you want to replenish your nutrients as fast as possible, keep your muscles from basically eating themselves. So like by getting some whey protein, it's easily digestible protein that's going to help feed and restore your muscles. And what I do is I add in a little bit of extra simple carbs. So what I usually do, I know it sounds a little strange, but this is my own personal preference. Like sometimes I would put a little bit of honey in my protein shake just because it's a simple sugar and it gets to your bloodstream faster, so it'll help replenish your muscles. But lately what I do is I just add in like a tablespoon of maple syrup, because maple syrup has less fructose, whereas honey has more fructose in it. So I use maple syrup because it has less fructose and it has more glucose. And glucose is a sugar that goes all throughout your body, whereas fructose goes straight to your liver and makes your liver fat. So that's just what I do. And I know this is just where it gets more into my own personal little twerks, but that's just what I personally do. One last note on the whey protein though, avoid any protein powder that has maltodextrin, which I'm not still going to say help, but it spikes blood sugar. So if you have diabetes or whatever, you might want to avoid any kind of protein powder with maltodextrin. And so you'll see this in the basically in all the nutrition facts in the ingredients. So avoid anything that has maltodextrin, and I do that even though I don't have diabetes, but it will spike your blood sugar according to science. So anyways, just want to go over all my supplements that I take. If there's anything that you like here, I'm going to have a link below to where you can just see all the sources where I get my supplements, and so that way you can get them. I am an affiliate, so I'm going to get a little kickback. So I'm not getting rich off this stuff, but if you go ahead and get the $14 caffeine pills, I might make $1.40 or whatever, or maybe even 10% if I'm lucky on anything. Typically, probably 5%. So we're talking $1.50. So, but anything is cool and fun. But anyways, but just so that it's easier for you to go find this stuff, so you're not always, you know, on Amazon or on the web trying to find everything. I'll have links to everything where I get it, so that way you can get it quickly and fast as possible. So, but anyways, I just want to make this video, just kind of go over the supplements that I take, and yes, they do work, and you're going to get some great results. And so, hope you find this helpful. And again, do half doses. And if you're first starting off, just take small doses. Just see how you like it, see how you react to it. Just be careful with it. And sometimes, honestly, taking less is more. And again, everything I take, I don't take every day. I just mentioned like 12 different supplements, but the ones I do take every day is the creatine, the glutamine, and the nitric oxide. Those would be my top 3. And then a pre-workout is number 4. Those would be my top 4 supplements. And then number 5 would be the nitric oxide precursor, and that's what I would take. So I mean, find what you like, but the creatine and glutamine, those are always necessary in my opinion. And so, but go ahead and play around with it, see what you like. And again, all these supplements are my favorite ones that I've tried and tested over the years. And so I hope this saves you a lot of time, trial and error, and saves you a lot of money. And so I probably have just as many supplements I just showed you. I have probably just as many sitting somewhere in my cupboard that I never touch anymore just because I don't like it. So anyways, but yeah, I just want to save you lots of time and money. Hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and I hope you get some great results, and I'll see you in the next video.